Okay. Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Foocast with me, Finn, and Jayden. Say hello.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
So, you're probably thinking, why are you doing a podcast? I mean, Finn, you haven't uploaded in 6 months? You probably think I can't be arsed, and that's probably half the reason, because I'm busy as shit, man. So, Jayden, introduce yourself. This is my boy Jayden, by the way.
Hey, my name's Jay. I'm a bit of a nerd. I like movies and TV shows. That usual shit.
He's also from Australia, mate.
Yeah, so I'm ahead of you.
You are ahead of me. Jayden, you know in Australia, is there like how often do you see a massive spider or something?
Not very often.
Do you when you're about to go to sleep, do you have to put a bunch of torches outside so mobs don't spawn in?
Nah, it's pretty safe over here.
Whenever you go to bed, does it say, "Oh, cannot sleep because monsters are there"? Monsters are nearby.
Unless he mean my older brother, then no.
Is your neighbor a koala bear?
No.
Do you have to take a sandcrawler to school every morning?
No. I think a lot of these answers will be no.
Just as all of them are no. All right. So, I'm Finn.
What's the
What's the what?
Yeah, this is Finn.
Oh yeah, this is Finn. I'm always tired. Third first. I mean, doing college. Yeah, I'm a bit of a nerd. I know pretty much everything. Ask me anything about Star Wars, MCU. I know it. I know pretty much everything, right? So
yeah, he likes the sequels, so that's a bit of controversy there.
Oh, dude, you're gonna get me cancelled first episode. I do love the sequels, and I think they're better than the prequels. If you want to fight in the comments, I don't give a shit.
He does give a shit. Don't fight in the comments, please.
The Last Jedi is the third best Star Wars movie of all time. I don't even care. I'm guessing you don't agree about that.
We're moving on.
All right, so
yeah.
What
we're going to talk about today is first of all, Cyberpunk.
Oh, don't even get me started. Holy shit.
That absolute shit show.
Oh
we're also going to talk about the Disney investor stream that happened not too long ago.
Oh, that was incredible.
Also, the Game Awards. Who won those? Which I watched that. That was actually pretty interesting.
I didn't, so you may have to catch me up with speed.
Oh, don't worry, I will. And we'll also be covering the Spider-Man 3 rumors.
Oh, I'm so excited to just sit down and talk about that, because half of me, if you split me down the middle using a pen, half of me would be really excited, and the other half of me would just be really worried. So if you combine the two, it's just, I don't know. I'm really excited.
A pen wouldn't do anything.
What'd you say?
Why a pen? I said, why a pen?
Because what else do you use to put someone down the middle? If I was laying on the table and just get a pen and just draw all the way down me, look, you split me in two.
Oh, okay. You meant that way. Never mind. I meant physically split you in half. Okay.
No, because that would hurt, man. That would hurt. It'll just be you doing this podcast. We're going off topic. Okay, so Cyberpunk. Yes, we are. Right. Let me walk you through. Okay, so it came out on a Thursday, right? I started off the day. I was meant to be
10th of December.
Yeah, 10th of December. Was meant to be getting Mortal Kombat trailer or some sort of tease. I woke up and the producer said we're not getting a teaser or a trailer or anything that day because it's been delayed. So I was like, fine, whatever. At least we got the investors call and Cyberpunk that day, right? So, have you seen any gameplay of it, by the way?
I have, but only on PC.
It looks phenomenal.
It looks amazing, but on consoles, it looks, I wouldn't say terrible. I would just say
I'd say terrible.
It's pretty bad. It didn't live up to the expectations of the graphics.
It really didn't.
Should I say?
It's just because. Okay, the thing that annoys me these days is that why can't you just buy a game and expect it to work? I mean, I'll give them a little bit of slack because we had COVID and people working from home and all that. But
it kept getting delayed as well. because people were trying to fix the game.
Yeah,
Everyone just kept trying to rush it.
it's because I don't mind a delay as long I'd prefer a game to be delayed than to just arrive broken. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They like there've been a few games where, you know, people are just like saying, come on, release it now. They have, and it's just a broken piece of shit.
I know, it's just so frustrating because I remember I was in lesson and I was like, you know, our teacher's not looking, I'll whip my phone out, look a little bit sad, because up until this point, we didn't know what it would look like on Xbox One and PS4, and that's the thing that has pissed everyone off so much. I mean, we had like literally one clip of them just driving really, really slowly through Night City on Xbox One, and
and that looked absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, but it explains why.
Phenomenal shit.
It explains why they didn't show anything more than that. Because if they just sped up with that car, the frame rates would have gone down to like 10.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, they've recently made an apology about it. I just hit my keyboard.
You dumbass.
I know I am. Yeah, so they made an apology, and also they said to people that if they want to, they can get a refund from it. Because they understand if people do want refunds for it.
I've got it up on my screen. Should I read their response?
Yeah, you read part of it if you want.
All right, I won't read all of it. I'll just read like the main details. By the way, I'm happy they actually made like a response this early. I mean, I would have preferred a response on launch day, but
yeah, I like how they're doing like updating us and stuff like that. Anyway, go on.
All right, so. Dear gamers, first of all, we would like to start by apologising to you for not showing the game on base last-gen consoles before it premiered, and in consequence, not allowing you to make a more informed decision about your purchase. We should have paid more attention to making it play better on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Damn right you should have. You should have at least... But there's the thing that annoyed me, is that... what it seems to me... is that the console just seems to like Xbox One and PC, they struggle to even do like the basic of things. Like, I've seen gameplay of people literally just walking around, like, you just literally just look at something, like, you're not even doing anything special, just walking around the city, and then the game would just, like, go down to 10 FPS, or it just crash. Like, why would you release that in just such a state?
People aren't because people are impatient and want the game right now.
I mean, you know, like, games releasing, like, a bit of, it's like, say if, like, Battlefront 2, that had quite a bit of glitches. It still has a lot of glitches now. I still love it, though.
Yeah. But, like, now it's, like, compared to when it first came out, it is now, like, it's better than what it was before.
Yeah, not perfect, because dumbass EA counts it. But anyway, about Cyberpunk, that game released a little bit glitchy, but at least the performance was great, and you can actually play the game. The thing is on here, is that the performance is so bad, you can't... It's basically in an unplayable state.
Yeah, except it's pretty much playable if you have a PC or next-gen consoles.
Yeah.
If you have a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, see you later.
Yeah, it's you know what, I'm proper, like, imagine this, because you know the new consoles, they only came out like what, less than a month ago.
About a month ago, okay.
You know the new consoles, they only came out like about a month or less than a month ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Say if Cyberpunk didn't get delayed, right, and before those new consoles came out, they would have just had to release it on Xbox One and PS4. So could you imagine the even more amount of backlash? Because that was all people would be playing it on.
Yeah, and PC as well.
It's actually wild. And right, well, so they say
don't forget the PC game.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, here's another thing. Pardon me. They only gave review copies to PC. I mean, That's a bit scummy if you ask me.
Yeah.
So it explains why they only did it on PC. Because if they gave out review code for Xbox One and PS4, they would have had just so many like refunds and just pre-order cancels instantly, and it would have
be
been
an
a lot of money.
absolute shit show.
It would have been.
Yeah.
And right here they say, second, we will fix bugs and crashes and improve the overall experience. The first round of updates has just been released and the next one is coming in the next 7 days. Expect more as we will update frequently whenever new improvements are ready. And after the holidays, we'll continue working. We'll release 2 large patches, starting with patch 1 in January and then second patch in February. This is what we like to hear. I'm happy because they're actually giving us sort of... they could have just said, oh, there'll be patches soon. But the fact that they gave sort of timestamps of when we'll be getting patches, that makes sense.
Yeah, but also, like, I get where you're coming from with that, but also it's the point that if they put a timestamp in it, if they put like a time in there, they have to abide by it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, their fans will their fans will lose their shit.
I know.
And I don't think they want that.
I'm just really disappointed, man, because... Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
I keep interrupting you, I'm sorry.
I was just agreeing with you. Anyway.
I'm not gonna say I'm one of these like diehard fans who's been waiting for this game all my life. I only just found out about this game at E3 when I saw Keanu Reeves, and I realized this game is more or less, it combines like what, anime, GTA, Blade Runner, and like Ghost in the Shell into one thing, and that looks amazing. So I'm not one of these people that have been waiting for it for years.
Yeah, it definitely has that Blade Runner-esque sort of style.
Oh, the game looks gorgeous when it works.
All the lights and shit like that.
Yeah, it just... And the thing is, because people are... By the way, it's getting review bombed, like, mad. Like, I think on Metacritic it went down to, like, 2.
IGN absolutely fucking smashed it.
Yeah, because...
They gave it, like, a 4 or something.
Yeah, because a few days ago they made a review on Cyberpunk again, but just on the Xbox One and PS4, and like Jayden said, they gave it a 4, but on the new consoles, like, it's meant to be running really well, and they gave it, like, what, it was like an 8 or a 9?
Yeah. I believe.
So, I mean, it's not a bad game, it's just that it's just so glitchy and you can't actually play it, because I've heard that the story, the gameplay, everything you can do is just so good, but on consoles...
Performance of it.
Yeah, it's just performance-wise. Like,
yeah.
Here's an example, right? I saw a gameplay a few days ago where there was a guy driving in the city, right? And he hit an invisible wall. And he was like, oh, this is just a bug. And as he was backing up, he tried going through it again, but he couldn't do it. He backed again, and then, like, what, it was 10 or 15 seconds later, it wasn't an invisible wall, it was just a part of the bridge that just loaded in, like, really late.
Oh, wow.
I know. And what else is there? There's times where it's just the little things where you're fighting someone, you take out a gun, and it takes like 5 seconds for the gun to actually load in, but it's more just the performance that people just like really frustrated with, because it's such a big task to people to just look around. It's just so buggy, and the whole screen it shakes so much. And I've seen gameplay, it makes me so angry.
Yeah.
At least they're actually offering refunds.
Yeah, at least they're doing the refunds. Well, shall we move on to the Disney investor stream that they had on a few days ago?
Yes. Oh, right. If anyone doesn't know, Jayden, do you want to explain what we were doing while we're waiting for the Disney call?
During this Disney investor stream, Finn and I were on a call, just like watching it, reacting to it and shit like that. But because of like we were watching it on like different platforms, so I was like, on a different site for him. I was 5 seconds ahead of him, so every time I had my reaction, he was always curious to what I was reacting to.
Because as soon as
And
Kathleen Kennedy came up, as soon as Kathleen Kennedy came up and said, "Oh, we're going to talk about Star Wars," my Wi-Fi just went down for like 5 minutes.
And then all you could hear me saying was, "Oh," and like doing like different reactions and shit like that.
Yeah, when they started like talking about the titles for the new shows and all the films, like the moment a title would come up, it would come up like 10 seconds late for me, so I'd hear him on the other end of the call going, oh my god, no way, and I'm thinking, what is it? Half of me was thinking, please be Knights of the Old Republic, and then Ahsoka pops up like 10 seconds later. Oh my god, just hearing your reactions were getting me so excited.
Right, calm down there, buddy. Jesus Christ, okay.
Dude, I'm excited, man. It's our first podcast. It's going good.
Yeah, so we're not going to cover all of it because there is a lot that was announced. So I think Finn and I just got to talk about the Star Wars side of it, the Marvel Studios side, and yeah. So Star Wars, Lucasfilms.
Jesus Christ, they absolutely knocked it out the park.
They really did.
I mean, I set my expectations up for really hoping that we get something like Knights of the Old Republic or just something like that.
Or Rebels 2, like you kept
telling me. Really wanted a Rebel. I said to you beforehand, I was like, I bet you any money we're going to get a Boba Fett spin-off and a Rebels sequel series, and we didn't get any of them, which kind of sucks, but at least we got... Do you want to read out what we got?
Right, so what I'm looking at is that we've got the confirmed Obi-Wan Kenobi series, Ewan McGregor, and Hayden Christensen, returning as Darth Vader. Yeah, that's right.
I wasn't as excited as you because I just sort of... I thought that was confirmed ages ago. I don't know why, but apparently it wasn't.
I don't know what they will do with that. So, and then you got Rangers of the New Republic and a AHSOKA series, which is coming from the Mandalorian era. What else is there? You got the Andor TV series, which has Cassian Andor from Rogue One. I believe it takes place before Rogue One. Someone can correct me if they know more.
I've heard that it takes place around the same time as Rebel Season 2, and that's what I've heard.
Oh, yeah. They've got The Bad Batch. Finn, you can tell them what The Bad Batch is about.
Oh my god, The Bad Batch. The amount of times I've watched that trailer, good lord, I've lost sleep thinking about theories for this. Okay, so The Bad Batch is set on, for anyone who watched the Clone Wars here, which is a lot of my buddies, so The Bad Batch is set around 5 advanced clone troopers who have like advanced strength and like just different sort of like abilities, not like anything like superpowers, just like sort of mutation sort of. And what I'm pretty happy about is that we're getting more screen time with Echo from the end of season 7 of Clone Wars, because in the trailer they didn't really show much of his Bad Batch uniform, but it's just pretty cool to see Echo back. And on top of that, it's set, I'm not sure exactly when it's set after Order 66, but all I know is that it is set after Order 66. And the trailer was amazing.
Definitely was. We've also got Star Wars Visions, which I'm not that familiar with. You've also got a LANDO TV series, which is...
Yeah.
See, I wonder if they're going to do Danny, what was it? Is it Danny Glover?
Donald Glover. Yeah, it's with him. It's with him.
Danny Glover's a lethal weapon.
Yeah.
Danny Glover's a lethal weapon.
Equal cameo, you never know.
Maybe. Or, what was it? Billy D. Williams, the OG Lando. Because he made an appearance. He made a big appearance in Rise of Skywalker, so...
You never know. He could, he could show up at the end. And by the way, it is a crime that it is not called the Calrissian Chronicles. I mean, it's just right. I like the title card for Lando, But it shouldn't be called
Yeah,
the
like it
Garrison
has
Chronicles.
that 80s vibe sort of
Yeah.
to it. It also has the Acolyte, which I've heard about that it may be rumored to have like Darth Plagueis in it.
I wouldn't be surprised if
That's
it
what I heard
was.
rumors about. Like takes place during the Old Republic.
I've
And
heard
then
that.
you've also
I've heard that.
go on.
Yeah. Cheers. I heard that the Acolyte was set at the end of the High Republic, and what excites me the most about it is because we're seeing I'm not sure if it's a film or a TV series. Is it a film or a series? I think it's a film. I think it'd be. I'm so excited.
I don't know.
I think it is a film, and it's because it's set at a completely different era in Star Wars. Like, it's not going to be anywhere around the Clone Wars, the Empire, or none of the sequels or anything. It's just going to be. I just want to see what life in a galaxy far, far away, all the way back. Actually, it's going to be a galaxy far, 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 far away. If it's set like years and years before the prequels, I just want to see what the world was like back then.
Oh yeah.
And on top of that, it's this is what excites me the most, is that it's going to explore what was I going to say? It's going to explore the first sort of Sith Lords and the rise of the dark side.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you've also got a droid story, which is also pretty self-explanatory.
I don't know why that's a thing.
Droids and stories, that sort of shit. But also, this is Star Wars. This isn't Star Wars related, but it's still Lucasfilms. Indiana Jones 5.
Woo!
And James Mangold will be directing it.
Oh, I forgot about that. I love James Mangold. Do you know what he's done recently?
Well, I know what he's done, but tell the listeners what he's been doing.
Well, whenever I hear like a new project or series announced, I'm always keen to know what directors attached. Like, for example, say if they were making Deadpool 3, which they probably are, and they attached a director for, say Michael Bay, that would really concern me, because Michael Bay is the shittest of shit directors, and if they put him on board for something, it just all depends on the director that gets me on board.
Hold on. Hold on. He did Bad Boys. Bad Boys is good.
Yeah, but have you seen all 5 of the Transformers movies, plus the Ninja Turtles movies? You know what we should do? I want to have a full-on podcast episode just talking about Michael Bay's work, because we're going off track here, but I fucking hate Michael Bay so much.
Well, save that for the next.
I'm gonna do it anyway. James Mangold. Episode. Yeah, I'm gonna save it. Anyway, about James Mangold, he's done Logan, and he's also done Ford versus Ferrari recently, and both of them are just they're like 10 out of 10 movies. So I'm just so excited.
Ford versus Ferrari won an award.
Oh, I know it did. It was incredible.
So, compared to the 4th Indiana Jones movie, I'm actually pretty hyped for this.
Because James Mangold knows what he's doing.
Yes, definitely.
I've got a feeling that they're going to kill it off, but I'm actually cool with that. I want them to just close off Indiana Jones' story.
Yeah, I hate to say this, but Harrison Ford's getting old.
He is getting old.
He's like, I love the guy to bits. He's a great actor, but like, he's getting too old for this shit now.
I'm pretty sure he said that in one of the indie movies, or I'm making that up. He'll do great though. Harrison Ford's going to be great as Indy. I mean, I really wish the 4th one never existed, because I can just, because when this one comes out,
it was written different.
Oh, it was awful. I wish that, like, if that one didn't exist and then this one came out, I could just say, there isn't a bad Indiana Jones movie, but there is.
Yeah. So yeah, let's move on to the Marvel side now.
Oh wait, hang on.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, we're also getting... I'm not sure how to feel about this. It's slowly growing on me, but we're getting a Rogue Squadron movie from director Patty Jenkins, and apparently it's going to be all based on pilots. Now, half of me is really excited, but the other half of me is like, do we need a film about pilots? What do you think? What's your take? Jayden? Jayden, you good?
Do it.
Are you there, Jayden?
Yeah.
Hang on, you're slowly dying.
Slowly dying.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I lost you there for a sec.
Okay, we're back. Okay.
Yeah.
Bit of some technical difficulties there.
Technical difficulties. Yeah, I was gonna ask, what's your opinion on the Rogue Squadron movie, Star Wars?
Yeah. So, like I said before, without knowing about the technical difficulties, depending on how they do it, I don't know what it's got to turn into. Just as long as they have big Dark Lighter in there, that'll be all good.
Yeah, I mean, as long as we're getting some original Star Wars content like we've never seen before. I mean, like, I'm actually really happy the direction they're taking. I mean, we're getting an Ahsoka series, we're getting another animated Clone Wars series, we're getting Acolyte, which is set like nowhere we've ever seen before, and we're getting a pilot movie. That is just, and we're getting Obi-Wan Kenobi. What more can we ask for?
It's a different. It's like it adds that like different range of material as well.
Yeah,
because like you said, you've got like pilots, but then you've also got something that's set in like years before the Battle of Yavin.
Yeah, I'm so, as a big Star Wars fan, I'm just, on top of that, we're getting Mandalorian Season 3, which we already knew about, but on top of that, yeah, as a Star Wars fan, it's so exciting to just see all this new stuff just come out, because beforehand, I already knew we were getting Lando, Obi-Wan, Bad Batch and all that, but other than that, I didn't know anything about Acolyte, Rogue Squadron, Ahsoka, New Republic. I didn't know any of that was just going to be a thing, because normally, whenever there's a new announcement, there's always leaks or something where there's going to be this or that. I didn't hear anything about Star Wars, so walking into the reveal, it was just a big surprise. I had no idea what they were going to announce.
Yes. So we're going on to Marvel now?
Uh-huh. Do you want to go over the first bit of Marvel stuff while I open my ice cream?
Yeah. I was gonna go. I'm gonna briefly go over what was talked about, and then we'll go into depth later on. So you got Blade, which was confirmed like last year, or the year before at Comic-Con. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, The Eternals, Hawkeye, Loki, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Thor, Love and Thunder, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, What If, Armor Wars, The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special,
Let's go.
I Am Groot, Secret Invasion, Ironheart, and The Fantastic Four.
I did not understand the backlash that they're getting from Fantastic Four just because they're getting John Watts as a director. I do not get it.
Like I keep saying to other people and stuff like that, it's not the director for the movies, it's the writing.
Yeah.
John Watts, he directed the Spider-Man films, right?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't write them, so
yeah. Plus, he's done great Spider-Man films.
With my experience of like media classes and stuff like that, writing films and directing films is different. So yeah.
Yeah, and now go on.
Oh yeah, I was sort of going to talk about more stuff. Yeah, you go on.
Yeah, it's because everyone was saying that John Watts is the one who ruined Spider-Man. Homecoming, I consider a masterpiece. I don't think you probably agree with me there. Far From Home wasn't as good.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I like this. I like the Tom Holland Spider-Man films because like it gives you that sense of like him being an actual like kid, like a teenager.
Yeah, and it's because
He wasn't that mature enough yet.
Yeah.
But throughout the films, it shows you him like maturing.
Yeah, he's slowly starting to become his own man, sort of. And I love the MC Spider-Man so much. I know they've changed a lot, but I think the change is actually better.
Yes.
It's like
before
I
forget as well, also got Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, which
what
is
title?
Ant-Man 3. And then you also got the Black Widow film as well, and Captain Marvel 2, and Black Panther 2.
Jeez, we're getting so much.
We're getting so many films and TV series.
Do you know how?
Yeah.
Do you know how many Marvel projects we're getting in 2022? We're getting 10.
Yeah, around 10.
We're getting Thor: Love and Thunder, Doctor Strange 2, Blade, Captain Marvel 2, Black Panther 2, Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, and then I think there's 2 of the new series as well. By the way, what do you think of the new announcements like Armor Wars and Secret Invasion and Ironheart and all that jazz?
I was actually pretty excited and, surprised that I'm doing half of this stuff. Because Armor Wars is pretty, underrated. And it's it hasn't been... It's not really heard of. And then, Ironheart as well, she's not really heard of as well.
I guarantee you,
So
Ironheart will get loads of backlash for no reason.
Yeah, but, I don't... If she does, I wouldn't understand why. Because she is part of the comics.
Yeah.
She is, a different Iron...
A different Iron. I can see
a different Iron.
Yeah, I can see it getting loads of backlash just because people will be like, Robert Downey Jr.'s gone and they're trying to make it ultra kid friendly and they're gonna replace her and she's gonna get cancelled for the stupidest of reasons. I'm just calling stupid shit happening right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so Secret Invasion. By the way, all the stuff that announced, like Armor Wars, Secret Invasion, that's like Infinity War Endgame type hype to me. And yet they just brush them off like, oh, we're getting Secret Invasion. Yeah.
Had the same crossover hype as Civil War.
I'm so excited we're getting Secret Invasion because I just really want to see where they're gonna go with it. Because I really want them to do Secret Invasion, but once the scrolls in Captain Marvel turned good, I wasn't sure if we're gonna get it. But now that we're getting a whole show around it, and Kevin Feige said that it would be the biggest crossover since Civil War, implies there's going to be a lot of different superheroes in it. I want to see where that's going to go. I'm just so excited for it.
Yeah. Yeah, but we also got a few trailers as well. So we actually got a trailer for The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, WandaVision, and What If. That was pretty interesting and awesome at the same time.
I just choked on my ice cream.
Moving on.
And the silence after that, you had no idea what to do. It was just I wasn't expecting to get loads of trailers today. I didn't even think we'll get anything for Loki because I thought barely that would be finished. And yet we've got a full-fledged trailer, even though Eternals has finished filming, and we've got nothing not a sausage from Eternals, right? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And
I like what they're doing with Loki at that as well, because they're adding stuff from comics as well. So you got because you got President Loki, which was a small scene in the trailer. You got Lady Loki, or the female one, and then you've also got other things as well. But one thing that I've noticed and other people have noticed as well is that in one of the scenes or one of the parts of the trailer, you see the Avengers Tower and it's broken and fallen. So maybe that's like a thing where maybe that's a thing that where like Loki wins during the Avengers film or something like that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I've seen some people saying that, and I've also seen some people that he's going to like different alternate universes. I think you're right, but either way, like if whatever option they go for, I'm pretty excited for it. On top of that, when they announced a Loki show and it was going to be set in a different multiverse, pardon me, sorry, I really I wasn't excited for it. It was the one Marvel project where I was just like, I don't know why they're doing this. They should have just left Loki dead. I can't see them doing anything exciting or unique with it. And then all of a sudden, the trailer just comes out, and it's more or less just Loki going to time prison, and then him being a spy across the multiverse. And the trailer just looks so good.
Oh, and that reference of DB Cooper at the end with that plane. Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, dude, I didn't even know about that until I saw it on Instagram. I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah. I know some other news as well. Christian Bale has been confirmed to play Gore the God Butcher
Yes!
in Thor Love and Thunder, which pretty much everyone knew about. He was gonna. Everyone was like speculating that he was going to play that character.
I bet everyone was saying it was going to be Gore.
Yeah. Did we get any other news?
About there was a few. By the way, yeah. Do you mind if I talk about WandaVision after this bit?
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. I'm really happy that they're moving Black Panther 2 forward, and I'm also super happy that they're not going to recast Chadwick Boseman, because that is. I'm glad they're actually they're like not only respecting the character, but they're respecting the fans of Chadwick Boseman, which is basically all of us, and at the same time they're respecting Chadwick Boseman as well.
Yeah.
And
that's nice.
I'm not sure where they're gonna go with it. I'm not sure how they're gonna like just. You know, when they start the film, how are they gonna do it? Where will it just start with Black Panther's funeral? They're gonna kill him off screen. I'm not sure what they're gonna do. And
I mean, I've seen like things where it's like where I've seen like theories how people are saying like, oh, maybe there's like he goes on a mission or something like that, and he's like KIA. So like he's dead on a mission or something like that.
Oh, you know what I'd like, or it'd be pretty cool. It'd be cool if there was a villain in the film that killed Black Panther, and then maybe it could focus on like Shuri, like as like the new Black Panther. Yeah. So then she has
and like her overcoming and dealing with the grief and shit like that.
That would be so good, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did that.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to talk about WandaVision now, or?
Oh yeah. Hang on a few secs. What else we get? Blah, 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 blah. Captain Marvel 2. Miss Marvel's going to be in it.
She's going to have, yes, Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel.
They've casted her so well, by the way, don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen her act, but like she was just walking down the street and I saw her, I'd be like, oh, dude, you see that girl over there? She looks like Miss Marvel, and I bet you anybody I'm with would agree. But she does just look like Miss Marvel.
Yeah. Also, sorry, Doctor Strange 2.
It's alright, man.
We all knew this was going to happen, and they've confirmed it. But America Chavez being in it, that's pretty awesome.
I know nothing about her, but like the only thing I know about is that she was in the Lego Marvel's Avengers game. And I'm really interested where they're going to go with Doctor Strange 2, honestly.
Yeah. I want to know who the villain's going to be, because have they confirmed who the villain is yet?
They haven't confirmed it, but they've implied that it's going to be Nightmare.
Oh.
Yeah, and they've said that it's going to be PG-13, it's going to have horror elements. Yes!
Nice. Well, I'd like me a spooky Marvel movie.
I mean, yeah, it's being directed by, well, Scott Derrickson left Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah, but Sam Raimi's back. I mean,
yeah, Sam Raimi's back.
Sam Raimi's in it. And he's done, the first 3 Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire. but also he's also done
Evil Dead.
what do you call it? Evil Dead.
Yeah.
And those are like pretty good horror movies. So.
Or you know what would be really cool if there was a scene where they went to like Nightmare's Lair or something, and there was like a table with a bunch of stuff. How cool!
Deadites.
Yeah,
And
it'd
like
be cool.
Deadites and stuff.
It'd be cool
and
if
the Necronomicon.
yeah, or it'd be cool if they're like the book from Evil Dead was just on the table as like a little Easter egg.
Yeah, like the Necronomicon, and then you see like Ash's chainsaw somewhere.
Oh, that would be so cool, man. And this will tie into what we're talking about Spider-Man just a bit. Since it's going to be multiverse, I've heard rumors that Tobey Maguire is going to be in it, and that would make sense because Sam Raimi did it in the movies.
Yeah.
And
so
yeah, it would make. I mean, say if Tobey Maguire is like, oh, I'm not sure if I should do anything other than Spider-Man 3, maybe Sam Raimi being attached could make him go, yeah, I'll do it.
yeah. Did you want to say something about WandaVision?
Yes. Oh my god. I'm probably in the minority here, but for me, WandaVision is like endgame hype for me.
Oh yeah.
Only because there's been right. We love the MCU. It's great. Almost every single movie they've got has been absolutely incredible, except Ant-Man and the Wasp. Because that's
Thor.
Yeah, Thor 2. And I've said to a few of my friends sometime, I was like, look, the MCU, it's so good, but I think after Endgame, they need to do a few things that feels different. Because say if they just did a Scarlet Witch series where she's just in the modern world, she's Scarlet Witch, and there's a typical villain, they beat her, series over, right? But it's just the whole concept of Scarlet Witch.
Like, TV as well.
Yeah, and it's just the whole point of Scarlet Witch just trapped in like a pocket dimension where she's in like the same time zone, like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, all that jazz. And I just love the concept, and it's so creative. And it's just the little things where like a few episodes are being filmed in front of a live audience, and some episodes are being filmed like a sitcom. It's stuff like that I want the MCU to move forward with. Like, just these little clever ideas or just these really interesting concepts, just push them out.
And like, it's different, too.
Yeah, it's just no other Marvel film, because normally every single film is just bad guy, superhero beats bad guy, thing over, right? And we go in one division like that, and then we're getting Doctor Strange, who's going to have horror elements. We're getting... what else we're getting? Captain and Winter Soldier, which is going to be like a spy thriller. We're getting... What else is there? Blade, which is going to have like... Well, we don't really know much about Blade, but it's still pretty unique. So I'm just... Loads of people saying that they're like not really bothered about the MCU after Endgame, but I just think they're pushing out so many new creative ideas, and I'm all on board with it.
Same here, dude. Same here. Well, going back to what you're saying about Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
There's been a shit ton of Spider-Man 3 rumors lately.
There really has.
Mainly regarding the cast. Should I go over who's been should I go over who's been rumored to be in it?
Go on then, dude. Go on.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, Gwen Stacy from The Amazing Spider-Man, Mary Jane Watson from the Sam Raimi movies. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm. Kirsten Dunst.
Yep. Who else? Willem Dafoe, Green Goblin.
Mm-hmm. That one.
The guy who played Sandman in Spider-Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
There was
Doc Ock.
Yeah, Doc Ock. What's his name? Alfred Molina.
Alfred Molina. That's awesome. Daredevil. So Charlie Cox. Who else? Eddie Brock. So Tom Hardy. Venom.
Wait, has he?
I've seen stuff about it.
Huh.
Like from like months ago though.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think that one's.
it's free to scrap shit now.
I don't think that one's real, but we'll still throw it in there.
We'll see. We'll see. Who else?
I mean, Jamie Foxx, Electro.
Oh yeah, Jamie Foxx, Electro. Tom Holland.
Yeah, Tom Holland as Spider-Man. It probably. Tom Holland. I hope he gets a cameo in this film.
I really hope he does.
It's just.
But
yeah, go on.
Anyone else has anyone else been rumored to be in it? Have they made any Craven the Hunter castings yet, or no?
I've heard nothing about Craven so far. Because that's what I thought they'd be doing with Spider-Man 3, but there seems to be going multiverse. I'm not sure how I feel about multiverse.
I really hope, yeah. Like, I think it's a bit too early for it to do it.
It is way too early.
I also think it's way too early to do like a Sinister Sticks. A Sinister Sticks?
Sinister Sticks.
Or them Sinister Sticks. But yeah, like, because, I mean, they're building up to it though, because you've got the Vulture, Shocker, Electro, Scorpion, Mysterio, and then Green Goblin, or
Doc Ock.
What's Green Goblin? Oh no, yeah, or Doc Ock. Oh, and if Craven's confirmed, Craven's might be part of it as well. So then you've just got all these different characters going to be a part of the Sinister Six.
Yeah. Well, you know what I want to know? What's your hearing all these rumors and news and all that jazz? What's your thoughts on Spider-Man 3? Are you worried? Are you excited? Are you?
See, like I said about Rogue Squadron, it depends on the writing and how they do it. See, I'm excited for it because, like, you know, everyone's pretty much going to be in it. But, like, it might be a bit too much to have, like, a lot of, like, main characters in it. Especially when you're going to have, like, 3 or 4 Spider-Men. Because if they're doing, like, the first 3 Spider-Man, they might, have Miles Morales in it. Because, Donald Glover, he played, who was it, Miles Morales' uncle?
Yeah, Prowler.
Prowler in Homecoming. So,
I mean,
yeah, he might make an appearance. Who knows?
I don't think they'll fully flesh out Prowler. He might be set up at the end. I mean, they could even be setting up Miles, because Tom Holland mentioned last year, like, maybe there could be teasers of Miles. I don't think they'll do Miles in this film, but I think they're building up to it in the future. Because I'm pretty sure Marvel... I'm pretty sure Disney and Sony are going to sign another contract to get Tom Holland to be in the MCU more. Because last time, dude, oh my god, when they announced that Tom Holland wasn't going to be... Well, he'd still be Spider-Man, but the films won't be connected to the MCU. I was pissed. I was so mad. And
then they fixed it.
Yeah, then they fixed it. I was just on live with my buddies, and I just saw it one day, and I was like screaming down the mic because I was so happy. And the thing about Spider-Man 3 is that... Right, let's look at the other Spider-Man 3. It had too many things going on, and that's why it didn't work. It had, like... stuff with Spider-Man, stuff with Gwen. The point is, they had like 5 different storylines going on at the same time.
There was a love triangle.
Venom was thrown in there for some reason.
And
then
like multiple villains.
And then they had like 3 different villains, and then you look at the Amazing Spider-Man 2, and that was even worse. That was even more complicated. There was like 6 or 7 different storylines. And that's what worries me about this time.
And like, even with the Amazing Spider-Man 2, they did reference the Sinister Six at the end.
Yeah, and that went nowhere.
But it went to shit. It never happened.
It's because the last time they just threw so much shit into one film, it didn't work. And I'm really worried that's what they're gonna do again. Because in this film we'll have like multiverse. Plus, Doctor Strange is going to be in it. That's another thing I forgot to mention. So we'll have multiverse, Peter Parker being on the run, his relationship with MJ, seems to be like loads of different Spider-Man villains, so more or less than it's a 6-in-1 film. That's too much. And I really hope that they just tone it down a bit. If they're doing a little bit of multiverse, but as well balance Tom Holland identity being out in the public, I'm good with that. I just don't want them to overstuff it too much. I don't want too many cooks in the kitchen.
What do you want it to be called? Because you got like, Homecoming, Far From Home. What do you think? What do you want it to be called?
Oh God, I haven't even had much thought of it.
I'd say I want it to be like Spider-Man Home Invasion, because like you got all the villains like invading the Earth and shit like that.
I can actually see that being the name. That's actually really good.
I mean, I've seen like other people saying like, oh yeah, it might be like Home Invasion, but like I see where they're coming from, because like you've got villains and other heroes coming into his universe.
That would make sense, and that would actually fit the film really well.
Mm.
And oh shit, another thing. By the way, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, they're pretty much confirmed at this point by all the different reports are coming in by loads of different people. They're more or less confirmed at this point, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Another thing, for you guys who don't know, Netflix Daredevil, Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, they're all absolutely incredible. Season 1 and 3 don't have any flaws. Not to say Season 2 is terrible. Season 2 is amazing, but it's not Season 3. Daredevil Season 3, I think that season rivals The Dark Knight in terms of superhero live action. And when I heard that they were bringing him back for Spider-Man 3, I may have yelped really flipping loud, and
Lost his shit.
I did. My mum came in my room and told me to calm down. I was like, I can't chill, because Charlie Cox has come back as Daredevil. I've heard it's from a bunch of reputable sources, and I'm so excited to see him hopefully return. Maybe he'll just be a lawyer in one scene, because I've heard that they're casting for protesters outside of a court or something, so it would make sense if they just put him in there as his lawyer real quick. Not have him suit up, but just for the MCU to acknowledge that Daredevil's connected.
Yeah, and then just have like something like at the end or some shit like that.
Yeah, like maybe in like a post-credit scene, he shows up like the red suit or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just... here's how I would do Spider-Man moving forward in the MCU. I would do a movie where he's on the run, with Daredevil as his lawyer, maybe Daredevil in it for just a tiny little bit, preferably of his lawyer, and then Kraven the Hunter, like going after Spider-Man, and then lead into a multiverse. But since we're doing multiverse now, and they're shoving so much into one film, I'm really worried. Plus, if you're putting Daredevil in there, that's so much, man.
Can't wait like to see what they're doing.
Oh, there you go. You caught us back in there.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what they do with it.
Say if you were the writer of the film, how would you do the next Spider-Man film? Like, how would you want these characters to be handled?
Right, so Doctor Strange is supposed to like lead into Spider-Man 3, right?
Uh-huh.
So maybe have like a thing where it's like Spider-Man 3 takes place sort of at the same time as Doctor Strange 2, whereas like, all the multiverse shit's happening, and like Doctor Strange fix all his problems, but
leave some consequences.
In Spider-Man's case, there's a lot of like different like villains that he hasn't seen before, or that he knows about. But say like near the end of the film, right, of Spider-Man 3, all the Spider-Mans like save the day or some shit like that. They fix it all up, and each villain goes to their respective universe.
Uh-huh.
What if there are different versions of that character on that universe. So say like Tobey Maguire, he's practically the same Spider-Man as Tom Holland. Who's the same one as Doc Ock? Because if there's a Doc Ock on Spider-Man on Tobey Maguire's universe, then there may be one on Tom Holland's universe.
Yeah, that actually would work. You know what I think would be
like, same with Electro and stuff like that, because you've already got Mysterio, Mysterio, Vulture, Shocker, and then you have Kraven, Electro, and Doc Ock. That six right there. You've got your Sinister Six.
Yeah. Do you know what?
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a really good pitch. You know, I'm gonna. There we go. There's a clap. Round of applause. Give yourself a pat on the back. Now, I want to hear you pat yourself on the back. I want to hear it. I want to hear it in the mic. I didn't hear it, but I presume you did it, so good job. Do you know how I would do... Do you want to know how I would balance Maguire and Garfield's character in the next Spider-Man?
You tell me.
Alright, I'm going to tell you right now. I think Maguire should be an older Spider-Man, and he should have a kid and all that, and comes to this universe, and maybe his relationship with MJ isn't going as great, and people are starting to lose faith in Spider-Man. Maybe he comes back, and Holland inspires him to be like a better husband to MJ, and just better Spider-Man overall. Maybe he's just a bit washed up.
Sort of like Spider-Verse.
Yeah, in a way. Maybe he's just a bit of a washed-up Spider-Man. Like, he's still Spider-Man, but he's just like... He's tired.
He's sweatpants.
Yeah.
Sweatpants Spider-Man.
I've got a great idea of how to do Garfield. I think it'd be cool if...
College professor.
Oh, yeah, shut up. I think it'd be cool if they had Gwen Stacy as Spider-Gwen. Now, Garfield could still be mourning the loss of Gwen Stacy. He feels like he's failed as Spider-Man, right? And once he sees Gwen Stacy as Spider-Gwen, he could basically it could just break him, right? Maybe the course of that film, it could be him about learning how to cope with the loss of a loved one. I think that would be pretty good for him.
Yeah, and like, pretty much the whole film is about like coping how to deal with things.
Yeah.
Like, coping with losing something. Andrew Garfield losing, Gwen Stacy, Tobey Maguire losing his relationship with Mary Jane Watson.
Yeah.
And Tom Holland losing his identity, pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's great. Yeah. Dude, write that down. Holland losing his identity, Maguire losing his relationship, and Garfield losing his... What did you say?
Losing Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, that's super good. It could be like, maybe the three Spider-Man could show different stages of grief.
They're both losing their love, pretty much.
Yeah. You know what would be pretty
Spider-Man,
cool?
Tom Holland's losing his love for being that hero.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if they could focus on MJ a bit and like the consequences of being in a relationship with a superhero whose identity is out. Like, I can imagine her being haunted by like a lot of different supervillains now.
Yeah.
And what was I gonna say? I think there's a pretty good pitch where, say if Tom Holland's on the run. And then he'll be watching the news TV, and I'll be like, "There's another Spider-Man spotted. Tom Holland is Spider-Man's swinging around, and it could be like Garfield or Maguire." And he's like, "What the heck?" And they meet up, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think the pitches we've done about Maguire and Garfield are like spot on. That's exactly how I'd have them handled.
Should we move on to the Game Awards before we wrap up?
Oh yeah, dude. I didn't watch them, so you may have to walk me through really what happened.
Yeah. So I've got off my screen right now, I've just got like, the winners for the 2020 Game Awards.
Uh-huh.
I'll just briefly go through them. So, Game of the Year, that went to The Last of Us Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Best game direction, so that's like creative vision and like innovation in game.
Mm-hmm.
Last of Us Part 2 again. Best narrative, so that's like storytelling and like narrative development.
Yeah.
The Last of Us Part 2.
I guarantee a lot of people would like not like that.
No.
It
It went up against Final Fantasy VII Remake and Ghost of Tsushima. So
oh yeah. I haven't seen
really good games.
Yeah, I haven't seen any. I don't know anything about the story. I don't know anything about Last of Us, so I can't really comment on all the hate it's getting.
Yeah.
But it does look like a pretty good
all
game.
I can say is that the first Last of Us game is better than Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and moving on, best art direction. So that's like creative and technical achievement in artistic design and animation.
Tentacle or technical?
Technical.
Oh, if I said tentacle achievement, I was like, what? You good?
Not tentacle. That went to Ghost of Tsushima.
Sushi. Ghost of Sushi.
Shut up.
You shut up.
Best score and music. That obviously went to Final Fantasy VII.
Mm-hmm.
Because that, it brought back memories and shit.
All my input for this is just going to be
Best audio design. The Last of Us Part 2. Now let me tell you what it went up. Let me tell you what it went up against. Resident Evil 3, Ghost of Tsushima, Half-Life Alyx, and Doom Eternal. And yet, Last of Us Part 2 still won.
What was that for again?
Audio design.
Audio design. Right. How did you feel about the main ones that won, like creative director and like game of the year and all that? Like, what did you want it to be? Like, were you happy with like what it went to?
So when looking at going back to game of the year, the nominees were Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing, and The Last of Us. I was really hoping that, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII would have won. Because, they're both, they're all great games.
Doom Eternal looks orgasmic.
Alright, calm down there.
I haven't even finished the first Doom yet, and yeah, that one's amazing. And I've seen reviews for the new one, and it just looks so good, man. All the different kills you can do on demons, it's so creative.
Yeah. So best performance, that went to Laura Bailey as Abby in The Last of Us Part 2.
Uh-huh. How do you feel about that?
Last of Us Part 2 got nominated twice for that category, so...
Yeah. I've heard that all the performances were incredible.
Yeah. But it went up against, like, Miles Morales from the Spider-Man game, the recent Spider-Man game.
Did that get nominated for something? I didn't know.
Yeah, best performance.
Nice.
The voice actor for Miles Morales, or the actor, because, mocap suits and shit like that.
He did a great job.
And then Logan Cunningham as Hades in Hades. And then, yeah.
I think we're missing the most important category.
What?
Best fighting game of the year goes to Mortal Kombat 11.
Kombat 11.
That's the only one that I really cared about, because all I do is sweat Mortal Kombat 11. Like, I am just disgusting at that game. I love it so much.
Yeah, you really do.
Oh my god! Every time I go on the chat and I'm just like, oh my god, I clutched something. Dude, it's so good, man. I really hope that they keep on supporting the game, because the last characters we got, like Rain, Rambo, Melina. Rambo is incredible, by the way. I've mained him like the past few months.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm pretty excited about? Because whenever like say Last of Us, yeah, it did got Game of the Year. They could also release like Last of Us Game of the Year edition. So since Mortal Kombat got Best Fighting Game of the Year, they could just do like Best Fighting Game of the Year edition, and then have that as an excuse to have more content.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of characters I'd love them to add to this game, like including like who's the guest characters. I'd love Ash. I don't think he's going to be in the game because of legal issues they've been having. Pinhead would be incredible for that game. Doomslayer would be Doomslayer or Doom Guy. He would fit Mortal Kombat, wouldn't he?
Yeah, but then you're like, I don't know.
It's because Microsoft has brought Bethesda now, so it wouldn't really work going onto other platforms. Point is, I'm so happy it won Game of the Year, which means we could get more content on the way. All right, continue.
Yeah, there's like a lot of other, there's a lot of other categories on here, so feel free to check them out whenever you want. There's a lot of like different categories here that range from different things. So yeah, feel free to check them out.
We pretty much went over the main ones.
What do you say, sorry?
Oh, because we pretty much just went over like the main ones that people just mainly want to know. Like,
yeah, I mean, like there's like best action and best action adventure, which is pretty obvious who won that, who won those ones. So yeah, feel free to check them out whenever you can.
We've done 4 topics already. Like, how long are we doing this for? It's been like an hour?
Been an hour and a half or something.
Jeez, dude, this has been long, dude. This is going to be fun to edit. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or should we...
Might as well just cap it off with a bit of Mandalorian, because season is coming up around the corner.
Oh, this season has been...
phenomenal.
It has been absolutely phenomenal. There's been times where I was afraid that it would just be a bit fan servicey, and sometimes it is. And some people are saying like, "Oh, every single episode's filler." I feel like The Mandalorian as a show it should have like things like filler, because it gives more time to just pad the universe. It builds a lot of worlds on top of already a massive world, which is Star Wars.
Oh yeah, and like for this season, originally at the start, I didn't like the way how they're doing the thing. So it's like, hey, I need to do this thing. It's like, yeah, sure, I'll
go to this planet.
But also, but first you need to help me with something, and then you have to go here. And that was like constant throughout episodes. But when it kept happening, I sort of grew onto it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, yeah, I'm starting to like it, because every time they were doing it, it was something better.
Yeah.
So
I've said to my dad while watching it a few times, like it feels a lot like say something like Red Dead Redemption. Because imagine if Mandalorian was a game, it'd be like you walk into Mos Eisley and someone would be like, "Oh, go to the middle of the desert and kill something." It feels like a video game, and it just feels so good.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I was telling you, when was it? Yesterday or something. The staff weapon that Boba Fett had during, what was it? Episode 6 or 5? 6?
It was 6.
Yeah, 6. Okay. Yeah, the staff that he was using, it's a Tusken Raider staff. Because when I was looking at, because I was rewatching A New Hope yesterday, and I saw that a Tusken, I saw that Tusken Raider was using it to attack Luke. So I was like, hey, that looks familiar.
How did
I realized that
I think we're pretty safe to just talk about spoilers now, because like the embargo normally lifts on like Monday or something.
Well, I mean, yeah, like spoilers for this season of The Mandalorian.
You haven't
seen it yet.
I'll make sure when I'm editing it, I'll put like Mando spoilers or something, just in case you numpties haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, but spoilers ahead for Mando season 2. Please go watch it if you haven't. It's a great season. But yeah, like
yeah, go on.
Like when Boba Fett was in it, it's just like, you know, and when they brought back
AHSOKA?
what's her name?
Bo-Katan?
Yeah, Ahsoka and Bo-Katan, all those characters and stuff like that from like the TV shows and like the original shit. That was awesome.
It's crazy to think that in one season, Mando was met Cobb Vanth, Bo-Katan, Ahsoka Tano, and Boba Fett. And I was one of the people that, because I was talking to a lot of my friends and I was like, really hope to bring Boba Fett back. And most of them were saying like, no, I prefer him to be dead. I don't understand why. Because like, here's how I see Boba Fett coming back. Darth Maul, pretty badass in The Phantom Menace. They killed him off way too early. And throughout the Clone Wars and Rebels and all that jazz, they brought him back and they gave him such an interesting character arc that they made him into one of the best Star Wars characters like ever. And they could easily do that with Boba Fett, who's someone who's an absolute badass. He got killed off too early, and they could easily give him such a really cool story arc and make him, because Boba Fett, everyone's saying, oh, he's way too overrated. I feel like at this point, everyone's like, okay, he is a freaking badass, okay? They should just bring him back, whichever, and just give him such a really interesting character story arc. And I feel like people will just be really happy.
Yeah, exactly.
His armor, by the way, in the new episode. By the way, right?
I don't know why people are giving him shit for like being overweight.
I mean, yeah, for Morrison, man, like leave the man be. I think he looks pretty cool that he's fat. It shows that he's just a bit tired. He's a bit worn out. Like he's not full on.
It shows that he's like, you know, what's it called? He's actually like, well, I wouldn't say human because, you know,
he's aged a bit. He's been through some stuff.
Yeah, it shows that he's been through some shit.
Oh, by the way, I'm pissed off, by the way, because more or less every single episode that comes out, okay, these stupid dumbass YouTubers, I'm looking at you, Star Wars Coffee and Star Wars Comics, right? I'm unsubscribed, but you still keep getting recommended on my YouTube channel. 20 minutes after the episode comes out, they'd upload a video, like, for example, they'd put Bo-Katan in the thumbnail, and then put in the title, spoilers in caps, in like brackets around them, Bo-Katan's Mandalorian scene. One, why are you putting spoilers on YouTube 20 minutes after it comes out? You can't expect every single person in the world to see it 20 minutes after. Number two, loads of Star Wars fans follow you, so they'll probably be spoiled straight away. And three, why would you put spoilers in the title when it's in the thumbnail and you're just going to write what happens after it?
Thumbnail.
Yeah, it's just such a pain, man. I've had almost everything spoiled for me so far. It's just such a pain. It's just like, upload it when the spoiler embargo lifts.
Mm.
We're on a bit of a rant there.
Yeah, it's like when it was like a while ago when I was talking to like our friend Zach, you know, Predator.
Oh yeah.
So we're talking about like how long like a movie or TV show should not be spoiled for. Mm-hmm. So I was saying like, you know, a game or a movie should be like 2 weeks. You shouldn't spoil the game or movie like for 2 weeks. But if it's like a TV show, like give it like a few days.
Yeah, give it a few days. If it's a film, give it about a week.
Yeah, because you know people have got shit to see.
Yeah,
like people are busy. People have lives.
I know. Like if it's a game, I think it should be like a bit more than a week, because say if you're playing a game, you gotta, like, say if you're like, you just come back from work, you're like, oh, I'm gonna play this game for a bit before I gotta go back to work tomorrow. You won't be able to play much of it. You probably won't even finish it.
Compared to like people our age who don't work or who just like go to school or stuff like that.
I work. It's lame.
Yeah, but still.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, what were you saying?
It's just one of like, you know, spoilers and stuff like that.
It's such a pain. Oh, right. The last 2 episodes, Okay, I think at the time of recording this, episode 7 came out. I'd probably give it a 10 out of 10 because I don't normally look at something on like a story level. I wouldn't be like, oh, they made a reference to this, instant 10 out of 10. I normally look at things on like a filmmaking standpoint. And on a filmmaking standpoint, because like Mandalorian season 1, it was phenomenal. Episode 3 had a little bit of a dip in filmmaking quality. Like episode 5, it was just... You can tell it was Dave Filoni's first time filming. Like, there was a fight scene that was, like, 2 seconds long and it had, like, 100 different cuts, right? But in Season 2, the filmmaking has just been extremely consistently good. There's been no dips.
And, like, spoilers for, Episode 7, Season 2, I liked the way they dealt with PTSD as well.
Oh, with Mayfeld.
And, yes, with Mayfeld. Like with his PTSD and stuff like that with the in the Empire.
I didn't even think about it that way.
That was good. I really enjoyed that one.
I think that entire scene where, oh, by the way, okay, when he goes and takes off his helmet, the build up to, because it was inevitable that he was going to take it off in that moment, but the build up to it where he stood at the console when he's about to take his helmet off and he was like looking around, and when he takes his helmet off and when that guard, the Imperial officer comes up to me, he was just so uncomfortable. And just Pedro Pascal's Pedro Pascal's performance there was just, he felt naked in that moment. Like, oh, it was just, I love that. Oh, it was so good.
Yes, I definitely agree.
And I really like what they did with Mayfeld, because when you get some characters in shows where you're just like, oh, this character's here, okay, and then they end up, that was the same way everyone felt about Ahsoka. They were like, oh, Ahsoka's in this episode, and then they actually developed her, and they're like, oh, she's actually a really interesting character. That's, because Mayfeld was just sort of like, oh, he's a guy with guns and he's a bounty hunter-ish, and then this one, they fleshed out his character. I was expecting him to just sneak in and then piss off the next episode, but no, they actually took the time to develop him, and that's what I really appreciate about the episode.
Yeah, definitely agree with that.
Oh, what else happened in that episode? Oh, it just, the cinematography this season has just been
Exceptional.
so, it's been exceptional. I can say that about the first look at the new Marvel shows as well. Like, the cinematography, you can tell that it's just super high budget.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think so far my favorite episode this season, if I were to do top 3, first one would probably be chapter 9 with Cobb Vanth. That was exceptional. Episode 2, probably the most recent, the most recent one. What chapter's that? 9, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, chapter 14. And is that chapter 14? Anyway, the most recent episode...
I just go by episode numbers.
Yeah, anyway, most recent episode, episode 7, that'd probably be my second favourite one. And probably the third one, maybe Ahsoka's episode. All 3 of those episodes are 9 out of 10 for me. Probably 10 out of 10 each one.
Mine would probably be episode 6. And then episode 7, and then the one with Ahsoka.
Which one was... Oh, was episode 6 the one where Boba gets his armor back?
Yeah, and like when... spoilers ahead again. When Grogu, or, the child, is up at the what do you call it? The temple-looking thing?
Oh, yeah.
And like he's like meditating.
You know what it reminded me of? When in Jedi Fallen Order, when you're like unlocking new abilities, and you go and like pray at certain spots, that's what it reminded me of.
The meditating. I think that's what it's supposed to be. If correct.
I'd say for that episode, it was the weakest in terms of cinematography, but I feel like they could have done a little bit more emotion with Mando when Grogu was being taken away, but I feel like when he goes back to his ship that was like destroyed, the shot of him holding the little like metal ball that Grogu plays with, I feel like that shot was really powerful.
Yeah.
I also, right, sorry, I keep interrupting you, dude. it's a monumental task when you're filming a main character and he covers his face the whole episode. You've not only got to direct the actor, you've more or less got to direct that helmet. You've got to get emotion out of that helmet, and it's the more or less the body language from Pedro Pascal as the Mandalorian that just, and in every scene,
and the different tone of voice as well.
Yeah, and it's more or less in every scene, even though you can't see his face, you know exactly what emotion he's feeling, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And just, the show is so good, dude. What else is there to comment on?
Not much, I
No,
think.
no idea what's going to happen next episode, because normally I've got a rough idea of what's going to happen. I ain't got a clue.
Yeah.
I have no idea, and that's what I want to see in these episodes, where I'm just so excited, but I just have no idea what they're going to do. Like, is Mando going to get Grogu back? Is Moff Gideon going to still keep hold of Grogu and they're going to be hunting for him in Season 3? I have no idea. Genuinely, I ain't got a clue.
Same, honestly.
I'm curious of what they're going to do with THET, Boba Fett. Are they going to keep him around? Is he just going to leave? I don't know what's going to happen with him.
I don't know. Maybe be like a recurring character in like Season 3 or something.
Yeah, I'd love it if he was... No, actually, no, never mind. I thought of a dumbass concept that wouldn't work.
No. Tell us.
And,
you thought of it, you gotta tell us.
Yeah, and also, what was I going to say? I think that's it. I don't really have anything more to say except this series is just incredible so far. Like, on a filmmaking scale, it's just gotten better and better and better each episode. Like, I don't really have any complaints about any episode so far. Like, each one is just, like, I think the lowest an episode will get this season is an 8 out of 10. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Hang on, your voice kind of... Okay, there you go. Your voice dipped down, but it's alright.
Damn. What a shame.
I think that's... Is there anything else you want to talk about Mandalorian-wise?
Really?
I'd love to just do...
If we have any more stuff, I think we should leave it for the next
You know what?
one.
You know what I'd love? I'd love to get you, me, a couple of our buddies in just one big like call, and just talk about the Mandalorian, just how all of us feel about it. I just have one big podcast just dedicated to the Mandalorian, one episode. I think that would be great.
We might do it. Next week.
Yeah.
I'm
good with that.
Talk about season finale. Maybe a Mandalorian concept game, something like that. What's going to happen in season 3? All sorts of that.
I think we should do that definitely. Like as the final episode comes out.
Definitely.
We haven't really we've talked about it today. We haven't really touched on much. We've more just give like just little in-depth things. But anyone listening, if you want to hear us do a full-on talk about the Mandalorian, just let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the comments, or
because I'm having it. How do you think this first podcast has gone? I think it's done really well.
I reckon I believe it's for the first one we've done. I reckon it's pretty damn well.
Pretty damn good, yeah. As terms of just starting off, I think this is as best as we could have done, and we've done really good. I think because I think sometimes just speaking without a script on camera, you'd be like, I'm not really sure what to say, but we've done good. Man.
Yeah, and it's not just about us as well. It's about the listeners and viewers. So
yeah, about the listeners, see what they think.
Please, just let us know what you think about this first episode.
Let us know if me and Jayden have got chemistry.
Let us know what you think. Yeah, let us know what you think about this episode. What do you want the next one? And let us know about your thoughts about what we've talked about today.
It's gone super well, so we appreciate you guys listening. Take care.